in on the location type.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So, a little late in the podcast, but actually really late in the podcast. This is the third episode. Really
they don't need to know that.
Yeah. So, everybody, we're actually doing our first on-location podcast here at my house in San Diego. Chris and Robert came down for the day. Luckily enough, we were able to record a few episodes, and I was able to show them around San Diego. And Robert got to try some good Mexican food down here by San Diego. Mm-hmm. Robert, what do you think?
I thought it was pretty good.
Liked it?
I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Generally, I'm not a huge fan of like guac inside a quesadilla.
Yeah.
Because it gets hot. But this was actually pretty fire.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what's up.
And he was only 15 minutes away from the border. I mean,
yeah, I'm basically Mexican.
Is that the closest you've ever been to the border?
I don't know. I've been down to San Diego once before, so I don't know if I was closer or less. But I think I was probably closer this time. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're pretty freaking close. Like, if that bridge that we went over, and you guys saw TJ to your right, if we literally went down that freeway another 10, 15 minutes,
we'd be there.
You'd be right at the border. We'd be gaining in line to cross the border.
Yeah.
That's how close it is. And on a Sunday, we'd be fucking breezing through.
There's fucking trains that take you over the border. That's pretty cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I saw them last time I was there.
What trains?
Not like over, but like they get you next to it.
Oh, okay. I thought you. Oh, okay.
That's not. Yeah. Oh, then why would you say over? I'm so confused.
I wanted to trip people out.
He's like, he just took an ego hit because of what I was talking about, and then he's like, oh, I just wanted people to be impressed.
I want to bring people to the podcast.
No, I really don't care.
Well, you know what? I honestly almost believed it because they have been remodeling a lot of the border.
There's a lot of metro lines down there for sure.
There is, and that's why I was like, it's a possibility that they have a connecting like train or something, but I hadn't seen it because we do have a train that takes you right up to the border. You get off and you pretty much get in line to cross over.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But
walking through is cool.
Yeah, going over. What the fuck are you talking about? Now
Take
we know.
that, Trump.
Now we know. But what's it called? But yeah, we're in San Diego, so this is our very first on location, isn't it? Everything's been at your house.
I mean, unless we count LA as on location, but yeah, I would,
Well, I mean, okay, as far as outside of LA.
Yeah.
Outside of LA.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. That was one of the things we wanted to kind of do this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, just knock it out.
Yeah. It's not the biggest trip out of the way, but it's a trip nonetheless, and it was kind of cool that they came by. I got to see these guys for a bit.
And Ty went up north to do You've Been Separated.
He's been working on that podcast. He's been doing a good job. He's getting a good following.
Yeah, number 6 has been helping him out too.
She's doing the recording.
You try to get me talking Spanish? I see you.
You speak Spanish?
No.
What?
That's crazy.
No way.
Tell me more, dog.
Are we recording?
No.
I thought we were.
Well, it's red. Bitch.
Look at you. And you call yourself a filmmaker.
I never call myself a filmmaker. I'm
a film major?
That I am.
Ha.
That I am.
Take that.
Oh, no.
Biatch.
Oh, no.
Fucking brown.
Hey. All right. Now you've gone too far.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Chris. What's up, everybody? We're back again with our bullshit. It's kind of weird doing these intros without Ty. Right. We're just so used to Ty doing the intros.
I'm just used to him doing the sermon shit, but he got a little too...
I can go into my accent.
He got a little too... he started becoming a prophet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, prophetic. Is that what you...
Prophetic,
is
yes.
that what you were
Pathetic, yeah.
No.
Oh. And then he was spreading a view that none of us shared yet. And the way I'm going to say it...
Did you say yes?
Yes. He said yes.
Yet.
Uh-oh.
He's in probably one of the gayest cities in California right now.
Oh, no. Ty, when you hear this, bitch.
Why are you guys attacking him? He's not even here.
Ty.
Because we need to get it out. We need to get it out now.
Get it out of me. You can make fun of me this podcast. Let's give Ty a break.
Well, that's the point. We're getting our Ty stuff out now. So we don't attack Ty the rest of the time. And we go for you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Which is just little, the first 2 minutes are dedicated to Ty. You're welcome, buddy. We love you. Bitch. All right, Robert, your turn.
I'd like to formally apologize to Ty because he doesn't deserve this, but you know, yeah. All right.
The next topic is about you.
Dun 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 dun.
How old is too old, or how young is too young?
Yes.
How old is you? Added that one in, you bitch. I saw what you did there. I saw what you did there, Chris. Fuck out of here. Get your arm off me, motherfucker.
But for real, that's the topic. How young is too young to date somebody?
Do you cradle rob? Or do you actually rob the cradle?
Wow.
Shit. That was Chris. You know, sometimes I think, you know, he didn't add much to that podcast, but that was fucking fire. That was awesome. I will not lie. You earned, and you made it to the what is this? The 44th podcast I think we've recorded.
Well, I mean,
you have earned all the fuck shit you've done for 1 through 43. You've earned your place.
There you go. I always knew I would get it someday.
Mm-hmm. Bitch.
It just took 44 tries.
Consistency, damn it.
Yes.
Yeah, stick to it. Work hard and someday you'll get there.
Exactly. Exactly. So, let's begin.
Let's dive right on in.
All right, let's talk about it.
All right. Robert,
Yeah.
take it away.
All right,
What
George.
do you think? What are your thoughts on it?
George,
I love
take it away. No. All right. What do I think about too young or too old? Which one?
Well, okay. So, how young is too young, and how old do you go above your age?
Well, I think, you know, and I think you guys will mostly agree with this. A lot of it is more based on personality
Okay.
than, you know, and maturity than age specifically. But for obvious reasons, I wouldn't go under 18 because I'm not.
No way. So you telling me you wouldn't pull the Tiger and Kylie?
No,
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Boom!
Whoa!
Shit,
I would
people don't
not.
remember.
No,
Not-
I would not do that. But you know, but after you get past that, I think it's really all a person to person case.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's unlikely I'd go out with a 19-year-old or even a 20-year-old at this point, even though that's only 3 years difference. I just think there's so much that happens in between 20 and 23.
Yeah.
Or that can happen. But for some people, they've already hit that 23 at 18.
Yeah.
You know? And it's rare, but it does happen.
Yeah.
The
The maturity level is different.
Yeah. And so when that happens, I think, you know, that's somebody that I'd be willing to date. As far as old, I mean, I guess I would not go. I think 45 would be a cutoff
Right now.
for me.
Right.
Just because I think you get past that, you're a little bit too close to my parents. You know, even 45 is like a little bit too close.
Yeah.
But you know, you're asking for a hard number, and because I don't have like a distinct answer, I'm going high.
Yeah.
But again, that's all about personality. Like, I've met 30-year-olds that act 18, and I've met 18-year-olds that act 40. You know, it's all about perspective and that, for me at least. But yeah, no, I'd be interested to hear what George has to say.
George, state your age.
27.
Your full name?
I'm Batman.
No.
No, not your vigilante name.
I'm Batman.
George Adalberto, Mexico.
Adalberto?
Adalberto?
No. Jorge Alberto.
I like mine better.
My name is George. You guys know this. Well, I agree with you a lot on the sense of like the maturity and everything. You guys know I'm 27. I guess I never really thought about how young I would date, but yes, for obvious reasons, I wouldn't go below 18.
Damn, he's old.
You hear that?
Well, in Georgia, you could go below 18.
Huh?
But he's 27.
Yeah.
You were at my birthday.
You know how old that is, Chris?
27.
Wait, you had a birthday last year and you didn't fucking invite us?
Yeah,
You were at my birthday. Wait, no.
You're thinking
This last
26.
one I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
This
you're
last one I
thinking
didn't do anything.
26.
This last one I was here, I literally did nothing.
I was about to say, are you fucking serious?
But isn't that old, man?
Yeah, that's pretty old.
I don't know if we should keep hanging out with him. He's getting a bit, you know. above our pay grade.
All right, fine.
You'll become a
Hang out with Ty on your own.
I'm good.
I thought the whole point of the first 2 minutes was to leave Ty alone.
Love you, Ty.
Yeah, I love you too, man. I just
We got it. I'm sorry. We just got to do it.
Do you?
Yes. Yeah, no, I don't know. Well, I mean, 2021, I think would be the lowest I'd go. How old I would go, I don't know. I tend to have better luck with older women.
Same.
I've had better luck with older women. But
Facts.
cutoff for how old I would date, I don't know, probably I think I would say around 40 or so. Around 40.
Yeah.
I think that would have to be my cutoff. I don't know for sure because I've never been in that kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean.
So there might be a woman, 47, 48,
Big facts.
50s. J-Lo, she looks amazing at 51.
She can sit on me.
Now, granted, I don't think I'll ever.
What? It's a sex podcast.
That we did say that, unfortunately.
He's
Chris,
not
what about you?
Well, let's see.
What do you think?
Yeah, Chris. What do you?
Oldest, I would say, was probably 48. 48 is where I would top out. Bam. Because then if she hits
like bam.
if she hits 50, then and I'm 24 right now.
Yeah.
I personally think I would probably break something on her, and that's not what I want.
I think it's all about how well they take care of themselves.
It is all.
Yep.
So
You never know. They might break you.
dude, I'm not even kidding when I say that these girls at the gym might actually break me. I once met a 42-year-old that was hitting the gym really fucking hard. I went home with her and she almost broke me.
She was like, I'm going to go get another workout tonight.
Shit,
George, I have a question for you. Do you ever feel like Chris just comes on this podcast to tell stories where he's bragging?
You know what, Robert? I've been thinking that same thing for a while.
Because it's something that I do think.
I didn't even ask if he had sex with anybody at the gym.
Yeah.
I ain't brought it up.
Or 42. or what her body looked like. This happens all the fucking time on this podcast. And I imagine some of it is to do with the amount of women that he's had sex with, but another part of it has to be an active decision, right? Some part of it has to be, you know what? Let me just sneak this in here. I think this would go well.
But
yeah.
Well, hold on. Going back, so the age limit as far as older, would that change the older you get, or would
the older I get, the further
it goes? Okay.
Well, yeah, it has to, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Because I have met guys that will, they don't have a cutoff age, and they won't go higher no matter what. They can be 2 years older, that cutoff age still stays there. It's don't you add 2 or 1 every time you get older?
So have you met anybody that let's say they're 40, right? And they're like, my cutoff age is 38.
And they'll still stick to 38.
They'll still stick to
They'll
it?
stick to 38.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And which is, it's weird because I'm like, wouldn't that line go with you? Doesn't every time?
Yeah, wouldn't it have to?
Yeah.
It would have to travel, man.
But I feel like they would be. They're at that point where they can still get away with it, and it's until they get to the point where they can't, where the women don't find them attractive or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So then they have to change up. Yeah, they got to change up their game plan.
I really do also question people who think that way. A lot of people like to say, "Oh yeah, I would never do that."
Yeah.
But then they're faced, in a bar at 2 a.m. with a girl that's a year over.
Yeah.
I question how much they really stick to that premise.
Facts.
When it's that time, when it's the end of the night, everyone's going home with somebody, and you're the only one.
Closing time.
Closing.
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
I love that song. But
They used to play in Starbucks a lot.
Yeah.
I never play at closing.
I played it.
Always.
I played it a bunch of times. It was always on my playlist.
during closing.
No.
Yeah.
But no. I mean, it was never as we were closing.
I played
It never synced up.
I think I played it more when you finally.
No. I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Oh.
Literally at
You waited until he was
9:59,
gone?
Yeah.
when the store is closing,
Oh.
it never played. Which is the way I always wanted it to go. Right? Have closing time play out as we literally close, so that we have to kick everybody out. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Well, I would say next time something. But
It's
too late
we're
now.
all gone now.
We're all gone. I don't get that Spotify Premium anymore, so I have to fucking bear through the shuffle and bear through the commercials.
Facts.
Bitches. But it was fun while it
I just
lasted.
went to Apple Music.
Yeah, I got Apple, I have SoundCloud, and I have Spotify. So I go back and forth from time to time.
Mhm.
Although I am not gonna lie, the shuffle is kind of nice because it just goes through all my. I have a long ass playlist. I have a shit ton of songs.
If you look at like all your liked songs or your saved songs or whatever, like there are songs that I haven't listened to since like 2014, and every once in a while I'll shuffle.
Yeah.
And I'll get something from years and years back, and I'm like, oh man, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Takes you back to when you were a kid.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching like a TV show you used to like watching Dragon Tales.
Oh, dude,
or
something. Love Dragon Tales.
Yeah, it's probably past your time.
No, I never watched Dragon Tale.
I never gave the youngest age, did I?
Dragon Tales. Were you? He probably wasn't even around when Miguel was added to Dragon Tales.
What do you mean when I wasn't around? What are you talking? I'm older than you guys.
You weren't watching the PBS.
I never watched it even when I was a kid. I was watching anime. I was watching cartoons. I was watching Power Rangers.
I was watching that
Ninja Turtles.
I was watching that shit too, but I still had time for PBS.
All right, hey.
Well, I don't know.
One like equals one prayer for George.
For real. But the youngest girl that I've ever dated or whatever, 18.
But what about would you?
Oh, what I did?
How old were you when you dated?
If I'm in Georgia, 16. I'm kidding.
Count on Chris to do that.
Nah.
So,
Georgia, the age of consent is 16, but no.
In France too, I think.
And
in England.
Like
They have a
most
lot
places
more
in
forward.
Europe are not.
You know
They
what?
don't- I
Looks
think
like I'm
it's a
just
lot
going to
younger.
go travel foreign countries. See what's up.
You can.
I can.
You can. You gotta be very careful though. They come out big out there. 15, they look a lot older than what they really are.
I'm ready.
It's kind of scary.
Dude, right? They do look older.
Yeah, it's
I
scary.
thot it was just me.
No,
Dude.
I've noticed it too.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. Terrified and excited at the same time. Like, whoa!
Right?
And then, I'll just back up.
So developed. All right.
I would like to separate myself. I'm on. You've been separated.
We didn't say we were
today.
going to do anything. We just
This
noticed.
is the sex podcast.
Yes,
It's
but
true.
I don't claim to be excited by 15-year-olds, and I just
We
like to put that
didn't-
out there.
We just said they look older than what they look
Yeah.
or are.
They look older than what they look.
Hold on. You ever seen that movie by Matthew McConaughey?
Yes, I know what line you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Where he just straight up says, I love high school girls. I get older, they stay the same age. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I don't agree with anything that has been said.
18, that's the cutoff age for the youngest. I mean, there's probably no maturity or like we're not seeing eye to eye at this point. It's just for the sex. And to see a younger body.
In fairness, at least he was honest about it, and it's of age. We're gonna keep moving on, but
Good. Yeah.
since
Okay, great.
We're gonna move on. And since we're on the topic of ages and sex, how old were you when you found out about sex? Because unfortunately, that's the next topic on our list.
I like it.
Sorry, everybody.
That's
That's
okay.
how we had it.
It's okay.
So, Chris, how old were you when you found out about sex?
No, let's see. I was
5? 6?
I was 5, yeah.
3,
I was 5.
Fucking
2,
came out the womb just
1.
I came out the womb ready for sex.
ready to go.
So I was watching Looney Tunes in my brother's room.
Whoa. Okay,
And
continue.
I was with my nephew.
So that's how he found out.
My nephew at the time was older than me. He's still older than me.
That's kind of how age works.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Chris.
So-
Appreciate it.
There was always a box on my brother's room, and on the floor of my brother's room. It was like a milk crate box, but it was always filled with magazines that we just never looked at. One time we were laying on our bellies just watching TV, and we looked down, and we finally saw what the hell was on the cover. It was a girl with her boobs out, and I'm like, huh. I look at my nephew, he looks at me, and so we open it. We get one, we open it, and we're like, huh, what is this? And we just start seeing a bunch of what it used to be. Magazines, porn magazines with girls having sex. What you see in videos now, the pictures.
But
That's
in a magazine.
in magazines. Yeah, I mean, I finally get what the sticky pages were, but took some time. I didn't know.
Very well.
I didn't pull them apart. I just flipped the page.
Nope.
And
I don't care about that article.
Yeah. And that's how I found out about sex.
Article.
It was.
He was articles.
He was not
He
looking.
was going for the reading too.
I was.
He was an education,
Yep.
sex ed type of day. I don't know. I'm sorry. I tried to make that work. It didn't work. I'm sorry.
No one ever explained what it was to me, so I did my own research. So when
Research.
Did my own investigation.
Yeah, think of it this way: when parents claim, "Oh, you're exposing my kid to sex," you know, you ruin a kid's life. No, you're ruining your kid's life for not explaining what it is. So don't act offended when you see Shakira or J-Lo shaking their ass at the Super Bowl. Who gives a fuck? It's your fault for not explaining. Take that, America. What about you guys?
Oh my way. So, wait, I found out. It was kind of weird because I was at the library.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So how old were you?
I think I was like in 4th, 5th grade.
It happens with the Mexicans young all the time.
I was young. I was
Yeah.
still in elementary school. I know that.
Yeah.
But it was funny because it was a friend of mine that I knew and I hung out with at school, but we never hung out outside of school. Never.
Oh.
And it wasn't like a bad thing. We just never did. We lived in different areas. But one day I was at school and he was like, "Hey man, like, hey George, do you want to come with me to the library?" Because the library is literally like up the hill, like across the street from my house.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not an area where I wasn't used to going already. And he was like, "You want to go with me to the library?" He was like, "I can't go unless I take a friend." I was like, "Sure, I'll go with you." So called my mom and told her, and she was like, yeah, as long as you guys go to the library. I was like, what are you guys going for? I was like, I don't know. I think my friend has to do like a project, but I don't know. So we went. We get one of the computers, and he goes on and he starts going. Again, at this point, he still tells me nothing about why we're there.
I'm telling you.
And he goes online, and well, what do you know? First video that pops up,
Internet porn.
it's a couple going at it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? And so then that's when he told me, like, I was like, hey, I thought we were coming for schoolwork. It's like, I never told you that. So I wanted to come to school because I wanted to watch these videos, but I can't watch them at home because my mom doesn't let me use the computer. So I told her I was going to go to the library.
But yeah, there's a reason why she doesn't.
Yeah, I get it. I completely understand
sense.
now. And he said that in order for him to go to the library, he has to take a friend. So
how many friends?
George over here, the guinea pig.
Bro.
I don't know if he asked like a bunch or if I just happened to be the first one he asked, or I don't know, or if maybe, he thought, okay, if I tell my mom it's George.
Maybe in the past he'd asked other guys and they were like, I'm not doing this again.
Probably, I don't know. And so.
It's like, George is the only one I haven't asked now.
Are you still friends with this kid?
I haven't seen that dude since like middle school.
No, we know why.
I don't know what happened to him. But no, so I found out that way. And I was like, you know what? I wonder, I was still young. Like, does this only work at the library? So I did my own research at home. And well, what do you know? Guess what I found?
You found the same porn.
Yep.
Nice.
Different websites, different things and whatnot. And,
different viruses. It's all
good. Yeah. Found the hard way. My laptop got busted, dude. It was not good. So learned the hard way about how viruses work on computers.
We're going to church.
Pretty much. But yeah, that's how I found out. At the library of all places.
Hey.
Beautiful learning experience.
Right? Educational.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, but I feel it. Me and porn didn't make a comeback till the PSP came out.
Yeah.
Apparently some of my brothers had downloaded porn onto the PSP.
Yeah. His brothers.
Yeah. It's wild. If I tell you, my brothers were hoes, man. Every single fucking night.
Brothers.
I would meet.
Did you hear that joke you just made? Sorry, go ahead.
I would meet a different girl every single night.
They would bring or you would bring?
They would. I was like a fucking kid, just watching them bring in girls left and right. I'm like, huh.
When I hear about his childhood, I feel like it explains a lot about the person that he is.
It explains a lot, bro.
It explains a ton.
It
It's
explains
cool.
a lot.
We love him for just who he is.
My brothers were players. They passed the game down to me.
Without you knowing, or did you know?
I didn't know. They wanted me to change it up, and I did. They gave me their little book. I added more. I expanded. I knew what they didn't know in high school, and I made it better. I think. I don't know. It probably didn't, but I worked my way through.
What? I was at the library. It's a great story.
I don't know. You talked about research. You both talked about research.
Oh, we did talk about research.
I did research based off of what was in front of me.
Hey, those girls looked like they were students at a college, and I wanted to find out what college.
Yeah, one of them was holding a ruler, and she was in school outfit.
And there was glasses.
Yeah.
You know, they
Pigtails.
kept saying professor. Just wanted to verify the school.
Yeah.
That's it. I was thinking of college at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
What the reasons were, we'll leave that alone.
Why she didn't have underwear? I don't know. Maybe she was feeling hot.
Maybe that's the school uniform.
Yeah, maybe that's the policy.
Maybe everybody has to do that.
Maybe. I just wanted to get ahead.
If you can read Morse code, you know I'm blinking help.
You don't know Morse code.
No, I don't. That's all bullshit.
Do you do that? Do you give yourself messages kind of like without saying anything to the camera?
Sometimes,
so you can go back and edit. You'd be like,
I'll go back and edit, or sometimes so I can zoom in on my face.
Yeah.
Just like I'm like
that look.
you're like, you know, just like I'm dead inside. Mostly because it's how I feel, but you know.
Well, very well. At least he was honest.
Facts.
So, Robert, I have a question for you. Since you're the filmmaker in the group. Yeah.
We just have to. Yeah.
He knows where I'm going. He knows where I'm going. He knows where I'm going.
He knows. I'm pretty sure he's already done it.
Yeah.
I mean,
so have you, or would you ever make a sex tape?
You got the tripod set up.
This question's for everybody, but since Robert's the filmmaker,
I would say no. I would not.
So you've never made one?
I have never, no. Because my feeling is, one, I don't want that to ever exist because I don't want anybody else to have it in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm maybe I'm weird here, but I don't get that much satisfaction from watching, you know, me. Or at least I don't think I would.
Yeah.
So I don't see why I would want that.
Can't know if you don't try.
Well, yeah. But
point. That is.
But I also think it's like I would also feel really self-conscious.
Okay.
You know, rewatching myself, and not just this is not. I know it is technically about sex, but it's not really about that.
Yeah.
It's anything, you know, even just watching myself act, sing, be on this podcast. Like I'm nitpicking a bunch of different things about like something. You know, here's an example, right? We've been doing the podcast, and every single time, because I'm on the couch, I'm facing this way, or I'm facing this way. And I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I hate how I look from the side.
Oh.
So the
angles.
only time I'm okay with my face and I don't feel shitty about my face is if I'm facing straight like this.
The side profile, I get it.
So it's that kind of thing, you know, when I'm picking apart that much stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And even just a thing that is, you know, just a random episode and nobody else is thinking about it. You know, it's in that circumstance where I'm so vulnerable, I can only imagine how much I'd pick out about myself and how much I'd hate myself and feel shitty about myself because of what I was seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you.
So that's just my opinion.
Chris?
I haven't done it, but I would be down to try it out. Only to see where I can improve. I will look at that shit like a playbook, be like, okay, I didn't do that for too long. All right, I could have positioned it there. I had that much room and I didn't take advantage of it.
My footing was terrible here.
My
I gotta
God,
work on my footing.
no socks in the bedroom.
That posture,
I was
man.
Man, what the fuck?
What was I thinking?
I look like I have a hunchback. What the? No.
Only 20 seconds, man.
Chris.
Man, we need better. We need better.
We're never gonna make it to the championship with this kind of play.
At
We
least
need better
23.
lighting. My God, what was I thinking? Look at her.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, you should.
It was-
I don't know what you were looking at. What were you looking at?
It's like I was probably drunk.
He
I'm
probably
kidding.
was.
But let's see. Now, I mean, it's like I probably would do it, especially when I hear how much these girls are making on OnlyFans.
I'll be honest. I don't think you're making that much on OnlyFans.
I mean,
the girls are making it. I don't know if you would, but
there are girls that I probably wouldn't make that much. I don't care. Give me maybe 4 figures. I'll be okay. Give me 3 figures. I don't give a fuck. I'm making something. I'm not working right now. I'm unemployed.
I think you're gonna make 1 figure.
Fuck it.
But you might get two fingers.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like everybody, like if it's two parties, you just can't trust that it's not going to go somewhere.
Well,
and then at that point, it's
kind of the whole point by having
crime.
two parties. If it's just one party, then it's just you and the camera, and that's just weird.
Well, but what I'm saying is if you can't trust the other person not to share it, really. Like there's always going to be that doubt in the back of your mind.
What if it was like your significant other? Like let's say it was your wife.
Mm-hmm.
What if she wants to divorce me and then she wants to send that shit? I'm gonna get an NDA. I'm gonna fucking get a consent agreement. All of that shit.
Wow,
Boom.
you really think of the most negative outcomes possible. I mean, I get it.
He has to deal with this.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I get why. That's what I'm like. Fuck, man. Like you really gotta think about it. Okay, fair enough.
But no, my answer stays the same. If we're married, I imagine his does too, because he's open to it regardless.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've never made a sex tape. I have been offered to make one. And I was
offered. Tell us more.
Well, I mean, not offered, but not like there's no money involved or anything. It was just the girl I was with at the time, like, was wondering. Well, I was asked the question of, do I watch porn? And I was like, well, of course. Before I met you, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I met you, no, because that part's kind of being handled already.
Facts.
And they were telling me like they don't like it. They don't watch or anything. But then we kind of got into the topic of like, would we make one? And I was open to the idea. I didn't go into depth as far as like, well, what if they can? Like, what if they send it out? Blah, blah, blah. But then I also started thinking about seeing myself on screen. I was like, yeah, probably in the moment when I can't see myself, I'm having a blast. I'm having a good time. It's great. But if I have to go back and watch it, I don't know if I want to.
See,
yeah, well, there's a reason why
I want to see myself doing all those moves.
There's a reason why generally in those types of videos the focus is not on the man.
Obviously, yeah.
You know?
For many reasons.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
This takes me back to an episode of Friends.
Oh god. Here we go. Another whole plot.
I haven't done it in a while.
No, he does Family Guy. He doesn't do Friends.
I'm doing Friends
so
now.
This is new.
He's done it for multiple shows though, where he's just given not Friends, you're right, but just where he's just given a plot of a whole episode. And I've been like, Chris.
So
I tried, buddy. I tried. Okay,
I know. So Ross and Rachel accidentally make a sex tape, and they're watching it later on in their living room, and and they're like, okay, so I guess we're doing pretty good. And then they see something, and they're like, nope. Done.
No, get it up.
Yeah.
It started off with compliments, and then it went to just complete horror.
Like, no, done.
I remember that.
So, yeah, you probably don't like it now, or you just gotta try it. Watch it.
You'll never know.
You'll never know until you try it. Don't knock it till you.
I'm okay with not knowing. Personally, I think I'm fine with that. I don't feel like I'm missing out on much.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I would say that if my wife brought it up to me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm done.
Sometimes you gotta spice that shit up, man. Have you guys seen this show, Sex Ed?
I have not. On Netflix.
Yeah.
Right? My roommate started watching it, but I haven't
Check
seen it.
it out.
Sex Ed? All right.
Fucking funny.
If it has to do with sex, I'm pretty sure this fucker's already seen it.
Yeah. Facts. American Pie, I've seen them all.
I actually like American Pie.
It's a good movie. Or movies.
I mean, that's when we started talking about.
They're fun. They're not like good, but they're.
Yeah.
Robert fucking the melon.
Wow, Robert, you would, dude. You would.
Wasn't it a pie initially, and that's why it's called American Pie? Did I miss something? Like. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, but we're saying you did the melon fucking.
No, I understand. I got the reference.
Why would you pin that off on him?
Because
why would you do that? You know damn well. You know for a fact that it was not him that did that.
You're right. It was Ty.
No, don't even try to pin it on Ty.
Yeah, I think it's. I understand why we may not be the biggest draw, but I was kind of sad because we did that one that was all about law.
Yeah. And
that one I thought was really good,
and
but it didn't get very many views.
But
it was really. But we did like research. We like looked into it. We had
the two of you.
Yeah.
The two, yeah.
That one was really good. I like that one a lot.
What's up, guys? What happened? You guys don't like hearing Robert and
I'm starting to see what it is. They don't want to hear the law.
I think if we're gonna have an honest conversation, and we're gonna need to go longer because some of this stuff I want to cut. But if we're gonna have an honest conversation about why people didn't watch it, it's because Chris and I aren't the draw for the show.
Apparently.
No, well,
we have to draw for the show.
Yeah, we're not the draw. You and Ty are.
We don't pull them.
You think so?
I know so. I honestly think, and I'm not saying this just to be down on myself, so I don't want any like kind responses. But I honestly think that like if I wasn't on the show would still be just as good, and it would get just as many views. There may be like 3 people that I know that watch because of me.
Yeah.
There's way more people. Most people watch because of Ty, just because he's like gets a lot. He's gotten a lot of followers to the Instagram, and then other people watch because of you. But Chris and I mean, I'm not saying people don't like us and they don't follow because of us, but we're not the personalities. You know, like I don't have that much of a personality, and Chris sometimes, but not that frequently. You and Ty are the ones that have the, you know, kind of personalities that sell the show. Yeah. You know?
I get you.
So so I think that's why, is when you take both the big personalities that, you know, sell the show off of the show, then people aren't interested in the show. Yeah. I think that's what it comes down to. But
I get you. And I mean, I think you see it more than I do, at least, because you come from the director side of it, so you see it and you can tell. And obviously too, you do the edits and then you even do most of the fucking. I mean, you have the accounts, so you can see
like how much
where a lot of the draws are coming from. So I get you. I get what you mean. I mean, I still like you guys on the show. Don't go away. Oh, don't leave me alone. Ow! You know what? Fuck you. You can go back.
Yeah, go back. Go back to San Francisco, bitch. Spend some time with Ty.
Asshole.
Ty, you running solo.
Man, this episode we just going all out on Ty.
I'm not going out. I'm
looking at him. Sorry, Ty, but it happened. All right,
I'd like to go back for a second. What did you say your max age was, Chris?
48.
48.
Right now.
Really?
So double my age.
Because that's interesting. So you remember earlier today, George, when we were at the place you were talking about, getting the Mexican food.
Yep.
Right? And he went up to like, she must have been 60 or 70. Yeah. You know, and she had this like huge mole like right on top of her lip. And he was talking his game.
Her name was Monica, remember?
Monica. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not very good with the Spanish, but.
Well, so I've known her. She's been working at that restaurant or that taco shop for a long time. For as long as I can remember.
I'll pull something up and this is perfect. Moles are actually my thing, man. Let me show you.
Oh, God. Oh, God. But she's been working there.
But she's been working there for a long time. Since I've been a kid.
I had an ex-girlfriend in middle school. And she had a mole.
That's like a beauty mark.
It just started. It just started to. You know,
yeah, that is like a beauty mark. This was like a fucking hairy.
This was not a beauty mark.
Look,
this mole has been getting bigger throughout the years that I've known her.
I don't care if she checks it or not.
I think it was cancerous. Like, maybe.
Wow. I'd be a little scared,
dude. I saw the mole and I'm just like, this takes me back.
Chris has a mole fetish, guys. We didn't want to say anything, but we saw it because he was just mesmerized by this woman's mole that's been growing since I don't know birth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would know better than I would. You lived
been getting bigger and bigger. It's kind of scary.
But here's the thing: like, I just felt like we needed to call him out. Yeah. Because he listed a certain age. She was clearly above that age. Yep. He asked for her number, and she said no hablo inglés. And then he asked for her number in Spanish, and then she said some fuck shit because I don't speak Spanish. But you know, so I just think it's important that we call Chris out on his shit.
Chris thought that if he hits on a woman here in San Diego, who's much older than the age limit that he said, that we wouldn't keep him accountable. Yeah. And we are.
You're right.
He lied to you, to our viewers, to our audience.
This podcast is about truth.
And nothing but the truth.
Yes. And Chris cannot be trusted, which is why we are here, George and I, to make sure that you get the truth.
You guys are getting in line with every single girl that's ever met me. You can't be trusted, man. That's okay. It's okay, Chris.
We're getting what?
We're getting in line with them?
In line with them, apparently. Yeah.
Oh, because you can't be trusted.
I can't be trusted.
It's not our fault that they were right.
I don't trust the man who loves moles as much as you do.
I love him.
Been a fact ever since I was a child.
Sometimes you gotta lick them.
That's a weird fact.
Sometimes,
I don't care.
sometimes you gotta lick them like.
You're weird.
That is just gross.
It is weird.
Why
Don't
would
ever
you-
do that. Ever again.
If you're kissing the mole, you gotta get some flavor in there, man.
Some
kind of flavor? Moles don't have flavors.
You need a little salt. The sweat.
That is
sweat.
that's.
Look, and we're not even here to bag on her.
No,
Or her
no.
appearance.
Yeah,
She's
she's
a
pretty
nice
good
lady.
She's
I've known her for a long time.
She's
super
wonderful.
sweet.
It just took us by surprise.
She's a good-looking lady, man.
In your eyes.
Beauty
She's
is in
a
the eye of
sweet
the beholder.
That is true. That is true.
So
He did get me free roll tacos, so I can't complain too much.
yeah.
There you
Because
go.
he was hitting, he was flirting.
Mhm.
Do you see the game he was spinning? I couldn't hear anything he was saying, but he was there. He was all smooth, all calm, cool, collected,
Mhm.
and he was just, just.
I did hear him ask her what time she got off.
What time did she say?
I don't speak Spanish. I only know like certain words,
Yeah.
but I imagine it was
it's almost
something.
Is that why you keep looking at your phone?
Yeah,
Is she texting you?
Don't
Don't shush me. This is my house.
This is an investigation into you, Chris.
And we want the truth and nothing but the truth.
We want fucking answers.
Yeah.
We want the facts.
You can't handle the truth. Just yeah. You just can't handle it.
I mean, we I feel like we can try.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could try. But it's
Why
okay.
don't you have faith in us, Chris?
Yeah. Why don't you trust
Well,
us?
I
Let's
thought we
see.
were your friends.
It all started when I was 8. Mrs. Gwen.
I don't want to go this far. I don't like that he was on board for all of it. I don't like it. I don't like that he jumped into it.
Wait, no, I want to hear his hurt story.
Okay,
Before we then we can.
All right, we'll go cut that back a little bit. Okay, go.
All right, it all started when I was 8. Mrs. Gwen.
Gwen. Mrs. Gwen.
Old white lady with best ass I've ever seen.
Oh, man.
Blue eyes.
Oh, this
Blonde?
sounds like me.
Blonde, brunette?
Nah, she's silver already.
Silver. Oh.
She's a good looking lady. You know what I mean? As an 8-year-old.
Like Miss Finster.
So at 8, he already knew that he was fucking lying about the age. I just like to
8.
point that out.
I knew.
You know, the older women.
And I love the cougars. I
Yeah.
love the gilfs.
I was about to say, I feel like those aren't, like the gilfs. Gilfs sounds about right.
Gilfs.
Gilfs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she just had this mark on her lip, and I'm like, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. And then, you know, after continuously watching Looney Tunes and seeing every single character just randomly go, put a little mark there, I'm like, that's it. Fuck, Jessica Rabbit fucking has one. God damn it.
And apparently he likes cartoon characters too. He's one of those.
So are you.
Really, bitch? Motherfucker.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a good one. It was a good one.
I'll leave this one up to you.
That
you always
was
wrap it.
another improv story that we gave. That I don't know if you can tell, but it was supposed to be about Chris. But Chris jumped in and agreed with everything and just kept the story going. Like, bitch, you're supposed to just sit there and not say anything.
I felt like it brought it to life.
It kind of did.
It
It
was-
helped.
yeah, I enjoyed it. I
It was
enjoyed
fun.
that you added it.
But the thing is, since you kept adding into it, I kept wanting to laugh, and I could tell Robert kept wanting to laugh, so we couldn't be like somewhat serious.
That's when you guys raised your voices.
Yeah, we want the truth.
That was fine. I like
That was
that.
fun. So yes, that was another improv. We had stuff to talk about, but we still had time, so we went for the improv.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, this is a pretty raunchy episode. Sorry about that,
You're
and also
welcome.
not sorry about that because you're welcome.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, this is gonna receive a lot of cutting. I can tell you that right now.
Well, so long as you enjoyed it. I mean, if you're alone, you're listening, you're feeling kind of hot and heavy, you know, grab some
Chris
lotion,
up.
grab some lotion, grab some napkins,
Put a mark on your
put a mark,
nose, mouth.
You know, and,
hit me up and let's talk.
And you know what? Make
I'm
yourself
always
feel
open.
special. Put some candles out. Dim the lights down.
Get some
close the
chocolate milk, and
curtains.
I might just be there.
I don't think they want you there, but or you want him there.
Oh, they probably want me there. I don't know.
I don't know if they want you there.
Get some chocolate milk if you want me there.
just get a bunch of messages. Where can I get chocolate milk? Do you like Nesquik? What's your favorite?
Nesquik, Hershey's, whatever, in the cup, on your body. I don't care.
Oh,
Let's take a shot.
all right. Robert, how we doing, buddy? What's the time?
I think it's probably about that time. So
Okay.
who wants to close this out
That
tonight?
it definitely is. Well, you guys, I'm Chris. That's Robert. That's George. You've been served with a delicacy. Enjoy.
That delicacy is his penis.
When you come back.